Welcome to the Vernon Hills Update. The update offers information about a variety of village services. You'll meet a few of your neighbors and you'll find out about upcoming events. On today's show, we'll find out about this year's road rehab project, which will cover portions of Hawthorne Club, Georgetown Square, River Grove, and Augusta Green. We'll get ready to support Cops on a Rooftop, coming up on Friday, May 17th, with all proceeds supporting the Illinois Special Olympics. We'll tour the recently opened Bears Fit workout facility, which also features a variety of interesting Chicago Bears football memorabilia. And we'll join with Countryside Fire to offer best wishes to retiring Chief Jeff Steingart, as well as welcoming in Chief Chuck Smith. Thank you for tuning into the Vernon Hills Update.
Well, we never know what the weather's going to be as we move into spring, but the calendar shows it is road construction season time. I mean, we happen to be out here on a nice day today, but we're with Dave Brown, who's the Public Works Director, Village Engineer, and he's the guy who's going to tell us about the Village's street program, the road rehab program you've got for 2019. We talked a little bit about this in the fall, but can we kind of share with everybody where the roads are going to get worked on and starting pretty soon?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're well along with the road program. We've bid it out. The streets that we are doing is streets within River Grove, Georgetown Square, Augusta Green up in Greg's Landing, and then where we're at right now, Hawthorne Club. The south and westerly portions of Hawthorne Club are being addressed this year too.
Okay, when we talk about being addressed this year, you've got kind of a plan that goes out multiple years. You don't wait for things to get bad. You kind of have them on a rotation.
Yeah, we have a full pavement management study. They go out and they deflect the streets. It gives us some readings, information, rating of the roadways. We use that as a roadmap. We put together a 5-year plan, and then we drive each of those streets each year to see how they've weathered over the various winters and make a recommendation to the board.
Well, and when we talk about the process that's going to be in place, years back, I remember when Deer Path Drive went down to the gravel. Those were rough road rebuilds. Now you don't do it that way. You've got a very efficient way.
Yeah, we really try to stay ahead of the roadways. Deer Path, that required full reconstruction. We have a good program in place, and we try to resurface roadways well ahead of when they need full reconstruction. Reconstruction costs every bit of 3 times what it would to do a simple program that we have now, which is really just grinding and milling of the surface, and then we put back new asphalt. Essentially, that's what we're doing.
So it's cheaper, and you've also found it holds up almost as long.
Yeah, we get 15 to 25 years of life every time we do that, so it's a good thing. This year we're trying to stretch our dollars even further. You know, the motor fuel tax money only pays 40 to 45% of our total needs. So we've partnered this year with Libertyville, the Village of Mundelein, Libertyville Township. We have an intergovernmental agreement that we combined the projects. We bid it out through motor fuel tax and IDOT, and we were able to obtain better pricing. So with the better pricing, we were able to add 2 additional Hawthorne Club streets, and we're also doing the Village Hall parking lot. If you've driven through there, and I know both of you have, it really needs help.
Yeah. So that partnership, it must have worked. I was going to say it gave you economies of scale. You got good pricing out of it. I'm sure it was a little bit more coordination. I know you had to get the village board to sort of pre-approve your budget to the current May budget. You had it pre-approved just so you could get in on those bids together. Is that something we might see more of?
So this agreement is for multiple years, and you know the village board understands the needs for keeping our roads maintained. I think they struggle as I do in terms of how we fund that, but everyone understands how important it is.
Yeah. The roads are. We're a car-based society around the suburbs, so it truly is. And when we speak of the roads, there's also road work other entities do. Like you mentioned, Libertyville Township, they will have projects. The municipalities around us will have projects. Lake County will have some big projects, and you can see that on some of the Lake County maps and things like that.
Yeah, we are into road construction season. Unfortunately, this is when the weather allows us to perform maintenance operations, reconstruction projects. One of the important ones that is happening in our village is Butterfield Road. Lake County Department of Transportation is responsible for that roadway, and they will be milling and overlaying all the way from Route 45 north through Vernon Hills and into Libertyville, but it'll affect all of Butterfield Road within our corporate limits.
Okay, so that's something we'll watch. And just as you at Public Works or Vernon Hills communicate with particularly the neighbors who are involved, we'll be able to see it on the website and everything like that. Lake County kind of does the same. They'll keep us posted as schedules kind of evolve, I would think.
Yeah, absolutely. What we're hearing right now is that the work would probably happen more towards fall, and they'll communicate well with us, and we'll help push out the information also.
Okay, well, towards fall, that helps us. But as far as the work for the Vernon Hills rehab, you're looking to start that work. Well, as people are watching this in May, you may already be underway.
We're looking to have work under construction in May, and our goal is always to try to complete it before the 4th of July.
Yeah. Get it done, move on, do on to other things. Speaking of going on to other things, one of the projects we're going to see is the former Lashin Community Center over on Evergreen Drive, and by the time people watch this in May, that will have a different look as well.
Yeah, a lot of connections, whether it's what we just discussed with the road program. We'll have a contractor that's resurfacing the Village Hall parking lot. Well, there's other things happening there too. We need to make sure that the Lashin Center has completed the demolition and restoration. Yes, that will start next week, so by the time the viewers view this segment, it will be under construction. It's a 60-day process by contract, so late May, early June is when they'll have it fully seeded and moving forward with that. And we also work well with the Park District. The Park District Board of Commissioners and our village board have discussed what should we do with the tennis courts. So the tennis courts, we're talking about improvements to the tennis courts also in concert with the Park District. Instead of 4 tennis courts, there will be 3 tennis courts. The one that is closest to the parking lot, that's going to be reserved for a future playground. We all need to keep within our budgets. We don't have money to do everything in one year. Demoing the Lashin Center, that's a $300,000 project. We're taking care of the Village Hall parking lot. That's another $40,000 to $60,000 for that. And the tennis courts cost money. That's going to cost somewhat less than $200,000. So those are things we're looking to accomplish. But in terms of adding a playground for this coming year, or maybe even a second or third year, those are things that have to go through a budget process.
So that'll be watch for improvements as time rolls on there. So, well, and with everything, you have to be careful with the money, because as we say every time, the Village of Vernon Hills doesn't have a property tax. You rely on things like motor fuel taxes and the portion of the sales taxes that come back, and cooperative work, like saving money when you work with the other municipalities. It's useful for all of us. So.
Absolutely.
Well, and just a quick thank you, I guess, by the time people watch this in May, there will be a post-Arbor Day kind of a get-together you're going to have over at the Arbor Theater. You work with the Scouts and anybody who wants to go through and do some habitat restoration?
Yeah, so Arbor Day, we do not celebrate Arbor Day on Arbor Day. We've tried that in past years, and the weather just isn't conducive. So our celebration is into May. We have some Boy Scouts that are joining us out at the Arbor Theater. We'll be planting trees and just celebrating Arbor Day.
That's nice. And we have a beautiful treescape around here. You guys, Public Works does a great job keeping the parkways and everything looking so nice. And I guess one more thing is, because it is grass mowing season, you can look to Advanced Disposal is the group that does all of your garbage here in Vernon Hills. It's under contract. You can also get a seasonal yard waste pickup from them, or you can go to places like Village Hall, Home Depot, get your tags, get your paper bags, and do it that way. So that's another thing that keeps the community looking good. So. Well, that's a lot of information we covered today, and you have it all posted online, and you have newsletters that go to the direct neighbors that are being affected by the road rehab. But you guys at Public Works are available for questions and answers all the time.
Yeah, by all means, communicate with us, whether it's by email, give us a call. You know, nowadays people are trying to communicate versus Facebook. Personally, I'd love to have one-on-one conversations. Call me. We're here for that reason. It works so much better than Facebook and other approaches. One other thing that we're talking about that's really important to everyone is Lake Charles. We just completed a study for Lake Charles, and there's a lot of concerns about the vitality of the lake and algae blooms and sedimentation that's happening. So Burke Engineering helped us with a study, very informative. So a lot of the issues there are just how much sediment loading is happening from upstream. One of the things that we're looking to do in terms of dredging Lake Charles, that's $11.3 million. We don't have the resources to do that. And if we did it, we need to really address the input side of things. Where's the sediment coming from? So we want to partner with some of the neighbors upstream and entities upstream, put some grant monies together. In the short term, the village is looking to take care of a couple of things, which is, add an aeration to the lake system. And then my staff is looking to go upstream of Greg's Parkway and while still keeping a buffer, remove some of the buckthorn and plant some grasses and really trying to stabilize some of the banks. Really, we need to address the sediment load before we can be more successful with Lake Charles and those improvements.
Yeah, because if it keeps dumping the sediment in, you can keep dredging it out and you're going to keep filling it up. So,
Yeah.
Well, so that's something you'll let us know more as your partnerships and as your work goes on and it unfolds. We'll come back and we'll go take a look at that.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds good. So if anybody wants to know more, you're the guy. Give a call, give an email, stop by, have a meeting. You're a good meeting guy. So there you go. A lot of stuff going on at Public Works. Thanks for all the work you're doing.
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
We are at Dunkin' Donuts, which is on the corner of Milwaukee Avenue and Town Line Road in the Dick's Shopping Plaza area. And we're with Vernon Hills Police Officer Courtney Blau. Now, Courtney, I know the old joke is that cops and donuts go together. Not so much with VHPD. You guys are very physically fit, very active, except for maybe one time a year.
Yes, well, we do try. However, once a year, we do like to binge on donuts, which is going to be this year on May 17th from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. for Cops on the Rooftop.
Okay, so that's Friday. So that's a good day of the week to bring donuts for everybody in the office. So Friday, May 17th, 5 a.m. you said till 9 a.m.?
Yep, 5 a.m. in the morning. We'll be here dark and early.
Dark 30 or whatever you guys say. I don't know. So tell us about what Cops on the Rooftop is, because you guys have raised a lot of money. This is maybe the 12th time you've done it?
Yes, that is correct. The Cops on the Rooftop is it's a benefit for Special Olympics, which is an event that is near and dear to our hearts. We have been doing this for over 12 years now, and since then we have raised over $17,000 for the Special Olympics.
And $17,000 that goes directly. There's no middleman. You guys raise the money, hand it right off. And how can somebody help raise money and eat donuts and enjoy everything?
Well, it sounds like a great time, doesn't it? You just come on down, you donate a little bit of money. Any donation, you'll get a coupon for a free donut. $5, you can get a Munchkin drop, and $10, we will have the tumblers.
Okay, wait. So what's a Munchkin drop?
Munchkin drop is really fun. That's where we're going to have officers that are going to be on top of the roof, and what they're going to do is any person that donates $5 can select the officer down here on the ground, and they have to try to catch the Munchkin in their mouth.
Is anybody actually able to do that?
Actually, we have quite a few that are very talented that can do that.
Well, it's nice to have a talent like that. So, and if you're picking a donut, is there a certain kind of donut that works better?
We usually just try to go with the soft ones, none of the sprinkles.
None of the sprinkles. Those little sprinkles fly off. So, and then what about the tumblers, if you give a little more?
Yes, if you donate $10, you're going to get one of those tumblers or thermoses that say Special Olympics on it, and then you get a free cup of coffee for the day.
Excellent. So if you're already stopping in here, that's the day to stop in and really support Special Olympics. Now, if somebody is really dedicated to their diet, you can just come and give money, correct?
That is true. You could always just come and donate to the Special Olympics, and you don't need to get that donut. You could always give the coupon to a friend or a coworker.
There you go. So it's a win-win for everybody on Friday, May 17th in the morning, early in the morning. Come on over here. And I know you had mentioned how much you've raised for Special Olympics. The VHPD covers a lot, gives good to a lot of places. Midwest Veterans Closet, Angelman's, at all these places, you guys have a really big heart. Special Olympics has been one of those big ones, so this is all good for everybody.
Yeah, that's correct. And in addition to the Cups on the Rooftop, we also participate in Polar Plunge, where we jump in a frozen lake. And shortly after Cups on the Rooftop, we're going to be doing the Torch Run.
And then another place where you can sponsor somebody and help raise money for a great cause.
That's correct, for the Special Olympics.
Excellent. So thank you very much. More information is online. Are you going to be over here catching donuts?
Oh, you better believe it. I'll be here at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, excellent. We'll try to be here too. So thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
We are in Bears country. We are at Bears Fit here in Vernon Hills, newly opened up. We've been waiting, we've been watching what's been going to go in here at the former Sports Authority here on Route 60. We're with Kristen and Mark, the bigwigs over here, and these are the guys that, if you come in, they can help you figure out how to get fit, how to have fun, how to recover. That's my favorite part, the recovery. We'll talk about that. But this is one heck of a place.
No, it's an honor for us. You know, this is the first time in 100 years that the Bears have done a brand extension. So for us, it's an honor to bring it to Vernon Hills. You know, get this community fired up, motivated, fit, and healthy, and we're excited.
Well, and let's talk about coming to Vernon Hills. I mean, Hylas Hall is just down the street, but this is the first time you can get some of the merchandise someplace else. The brand is all over. This is really quite a interesting thing.
Yes, it is, and that's what's so incredible is, as Mark said, with the first ever brand extension, it's also the first extension of Soldier Field with the Pro Shop. So there's gear, especially with the 100-year celebration coming up, that you'll only be able to get here and at Soldier Field. So super exciting.
Well, and it's super exciting because Mark Mastroff is the guy that kind of helped also put this together. He's one of the partners. He's a unique and interesting guy because he's kind of the godfather of today's exercise world, and he put a lot of his ideas into this.
Yeah, Mark's an innovator, so being part of that team is, again, that's an honor for us and something where we can bring some really unique experiences from all of his businesses that he's part of to Vernon Hills. So there's some state-of-the-art stuff in here that nobody else has, so we're excited.
Well, let's talk about some of that state-of-the-art stuff. You can see behind us just a load of equipment, all of it sparkling new. Can you quantify what we're looking at behind us here?
Yeah, no, you've got treadmills, you have ellipticals, you have Stairmasters, you have equipment that's selectorized, you have equipment where it's switch-based, you have plate-loaded stuff, you have your dumbbells, you have all your toys right behind us. So, we have something for everybody, and that's one of our main themes is, this individuals go fast and teams go far concept. Come in, bring your family, be part of a team, and we'll have something for you as far as equipment is concerned.
Well, I was going to say the equipment is cool, and I know it's got features to make it easier to use. You talked about some of those unique features, like where the Apple Watch can sync right in with it, everything. But how do you get to know how to use all that stuff? I mean, if I come in once, are you going to show me? And then if I forget, what happens next?
Yeah, no, we have what's called your kickoff session, right? So we want everybody going to training camp and learning how to use the facility. And it's one of the things we've noticed in the fitness industry. Part of our innovation is to get people, again, partnered up with that coach so they're comfortable. So you can come in, there's no intimidation. Now you can learn how to use the different pieces of equipment for what your needs are, and then you can execute a program. So now you got your coach.
Okay. Let's talk about, too, you've got the equipment, you've got people who are coming in here working on their own. You've also got classes and stuff. You've got some beautiful yoga rooms, spin rooms. They look like dance party rooms. So, I mean, beautiful stuff going on here.
Yeah, we are super excited. Our group fitness department are the cream of the crop. So we are so excited. We're just kicking off our classes this week. So we have several different types of yoga, hot and humid. We have yoga for athletes. Lots of fun. We have training camp on the turf, so there really is a class and program for all ages and all different athletic levels.
Let's talk about this turf we're standing on, which is pretty darn cool. So what happens out here?
Well, it's a 40-yard turf field, right? So it's branded just like you would see at Soldier Field. You've got Chicago in an end zone, we got the C in the middle, and we got Bears on the other end zone. And again, this is a playground for us too. So this is a functional training space where you can come out, you can learn how your body moves, and then we have all the toys with kettlebells, and we've got prowlers, and we've got sleds, and all sorts of equipment for you to come in and try out, and ultimately build a plan for you.
Well, and one of the things behind us too, it's like this giant monkey bar situation. Kristen, have you used that giant monkey bar situation?
I actually have. Everyone can rest assured I tested the monkey bars out as soon as they were installed, so they work great.
They work great. It looks really hard, though.
So much fun. It truly is an adult playground. We have every piece of equipment out there, and we really do encourage everyone to take the equipment, move it around wherever you feel most comfortable, and really make your fitness experience here individual for you.
Well, another thing I noticed is we had stopped by the kids area, the kids club, Staley's Club.
Staley's Corner.
Yeah. And I saw two little guys in there that looked kind of like they might belong to you, and they looked like they were having a great time in here. So there's a place that you can bring your kids and know they're in a safe, fun place.
Yes, so we have an interactive kid zone, Staley's Corner. We have, I don't know if you saw the mini fitness line. So we have kids treadmills, the workout bench.
Oh, yeah.
So they definitely have a lot of fun in there. We have art class 2 times a week, and then we also take them out here onto the turf. So they're getting out, they're integrating fitness at a young age and really getting pumped up and excited.
Roots. We had them at we got to get them young. Our bear cubs, we want them out moving, and we had them doing a little ninja warrior obstacle course out here. So you got to have fun with the little ones.
Yeah, the little ones, the big ones. So really, let's talk about that. It sounds like a family thing. It sounds like you can come here with your whole family, and it doesn't matter. I don't have to be a Bears prospect or a former Bear athlete to be able to actually enjoy what's going on here.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, it's for everybody, right? And that's the main goal, is that concept, like we said before, it's individuals go fast and teams go far. You bring your family in, family that works out together stays together. So, we want everybody in here. And again, we've got athletes in here. We've got the alumni that come in here. So we do have that as well. But we also have a lot of families that come in, drop the kids off. You can spend a lot of time in here, play with all the different pieces of equipment, get a nice recovery session in, and then head home.
Well, and when we talk about it's something for everyone, do you have to be a Bears fan to come in here?
You don't have to be a Bears fan to come. I think Mike, our camera gladiator over here, may or may not be a Bears fan. But hey, if you're not a Bears fan, we still invite you in. We want you here. Wear your jersey. We're gonna probably boo you, but we're gonna have it's fun. It's for everybody. On the days that your team's playing against us, wear your jersey. We'll have fun with it, and it'll be a good time.
Well, and you talked about when it's if you're in here and it's Sunday afternoon and it's game day, you put the game up on the ginormous TVs up there.
Yeah, you have 16 TVs here, so we're going to transform it into Soldier Field North. So now you can have an entertainment experience too while you're getting your workout in, and we want that experience here.
And when he touched on the fact that there's also a recovery option, which looked the most interesting to me because it looked like very restful places I could take naps and things like that. So let's talk about that's kind of a unique thing. There's a lot of equipment back there. There's a lot of chance for healing and health. And tell us what's back there and how I can hook up with that.
Sure. So when you sign up for your membership here, our members are able to utilize a complimentary session for each treatment, so they can try everything. So we have Normatec, which is the compression boots that circulate fresh blood, get you rejuvenated and recovered quicker. We have 4 hydromassage beds, which you'll need to try out because it's incredible. And then 2 cryotherapy tanks, which is when you ours get to about -160. So you're freezing in there, but we have a good time. Keep moving and get rejuvenated.
How long do you go in those tanks?
So we have our members start at a minute. We have our athletes at 3 minutes. So it's a progressive
It's a progressive, you build on the treatment, and then, a lot of people have gone through the ice baths before, so hey, 20 to 40 minutes in an ice bath or 2 to 3 minutes in a cryo chamber. It's really cool with the mindset too. Everybody's kind of overloaded. We've got our families around, and, the moms and dads that are managing so many different things. So to be able to come in, do a mindset reset, that's a really nice benefit of cryo.
So cryo, it's good for the mind, you're saying, and good for the body.
Body and mind, correct, body and mind.
And I love the graphic that happens to be near there. You got the fridge taking his ice bath. I love that graphic.
Yeah, the fridge, right? So we have our athletes are up there, absolutely.
Yeah. So there's just so much to see and do here. If somebody wants to find out more, now I looked on your website, a lot of information, and I've seen, as we've been here, people walking in to take tours, walking in to ask questions. Can you come in and try things out before you buy, kind of a thing?
Absolutely. On our website right now at bearsfit.com, we have a 4-day complimentary pass for everybody. So we welcome everyone to come in. We'll take you on a tour, show you all the fun stuff, and let you guys come in and have fun.
Well, the front desk is really nice, too. I mean, if you all know Tony Brown and some of the other folks, they'll be out front. They'll make sure you're greeted with a smile, and they'll help you figure it out, because Mrs. Brandel doesn't usually walk into places like this. So I needed a little help when I got in here, and they helped me out. So, and if you want to just come in and see some of the things, like see the artwork, see the facility, see that neat scale that Brian Piccolo stood on how many years ago. I mean, that's something I can come in and see, right?
Absolutely, and that's part of the brand extension, right, is now we're bringing stuff from the Bears organization to the fans. And yeah, that scale from Brian's song, that's the original scale, and I think it's 1.2 million pounds of Bears have weighed themselves on that scale. So whether the number's low or high, you're part of the team. So come in and check out that scale. We've got the lockers that we brought over here from Hallis Hall. There's a ton of branding around. Even with the weights and the dumbbell. So there's a lot of detail in here. It's really fun. Bring your camera, because you're going to be taking a lot of pictures and videos.
Well, and bring your wallet, because you can come over here and buy merchandise that otherwise you'd only be able to buy on game days.
True. That's that first pro shop, that only pro shop, I should say, outside of Soldier Field.
So this is a place too. So if I had visitors in town who are Bears fans, this could be almost like a little destination. We could bring them over here. That's okay? You'd invite us in?
Sure. Absolutely. We actually have had a huge influx of people asking if they can just come take pictures, check out the pro shop. So we welcome everybody, and we'll be glad to help however we can.
Excellent. This is so much fun in here. We've been waiting anxiously. We've seen the Bears logos go up outside, and this is Bears country, regardless of what Mr. Stordo cheers for. I like the idea that everybody's welcome, no matter how fit. It's just getting better every day.
Exactly. It's all about, being better yourself every day, and as you better yourself, you're bettering the people around you, and ultimately we're here for the community. So.
Yeah, and you guys are great partners. I know you've mentioned that you've got, PD and firemen and teachers and everybody else are part of the team here. So.
100%. And I love the fact that you said team. We preach that here. So come in, be part of the team, bring your friends, bring your family, and we'll see everybody in here.
Excellent. Thank you for taking the time, y'all. Go online, learn more, stop in, educate yourself, have fun, and enjoy this beautiful facility right here in town. Thank you all, and bear down.
Bear down.
We are at Countryside Fire for kind of an important day. It is the changing of the guard over here. We're with outgoing Fire Chief Jeff Steingart and incoming Fire Chief Chuck Smith, both familiar faces. You all know them. And we just thought we'd take a moment to come over and talk to everybody. And Jeff, you've been getting honored all over town, all over the county. You're retiring, huh?
Yeah, thanks. And I'm very humbled by all of that. 37 years of service, 33 full-time, and 12 and a half years as the chief. It's been a great journey.
Well, tell me about that, because when I've heard the story, and actually some of your former Explorer Scout partners said you started back like when you were 13. You knew this was going to be something.
Yeah, and even before that, I'm one of those guys that lived my childhood dream to be a fireman. And I did start at the Mundelein Fire Department as an explorer at 13 years old. And I attribute a lot of my success to those guys that kind of reared me in the business.
And I understand there's quite a few people that came through that Explorer program, so if you know who you are, congratulations, because they're all upstanding citizens doing a lot. So, and you've been chief here. You've been at a few other places too. You were at Highwood.
Yeah, actually out of high school, I started working for a private ambulance company as a paramedic. My first part-time job was here as a paid-on-call firefighter. And my first career job was at Highwood, where I spent 2 years and then was right back here where I started.
Well, Countryside is quite the place, and one of the things I think you're known for, well, you're known for just your high level of professionalism, how well everybody's trained here. You guys do things right, and everybody looks to you for how to do things, and that's a testament to you and all the guys.
Yeah, and it's really a testament to all the guys. You know, it's easy to be the leader of a great organization that are full of people that are committed to our mission.
And let's talk about that mission, because it's kind of interesting. I wish everybody followed it. Can you do that motto?
Yeah, so that's our value statement, and that's respond, solve problems, be nice.
I know that be nice part, you'd think it would be just a given, but that's the part that's the icing on the cake for you all. So, and I do know that all of your firefighters and paramedics, they live by that. And one of the people that's come through the ranks here too is the gentleman standing next to you, who you are, what do you call it, passing the fire hat on to, or whatever you would call it. So, Chuck, you've been here quite a bit. I mean, your face is familiar around town.
I have. I started here at Countryside in 1997 as a part-time firefighter. I come from a family. My father was in the military. My mother was a nurse. I knew I wanted to do some sort of public service. Wanted to become an EMT, and in order to become an EMT, you really need to be sponsored by a fire department. So that's how I got into the fire service. Started here in 1997. Chief Steingart here was my training officer, and I was a paid-on-call firefighter also. I had a short stint where I was full-time at Hoffman Estates Fire Department, but I too came back where I was raised. I'm a product of the Hawthorne School District and went to Mundelein High School, so this was home to me. So when given the opportunity to come back here to Countryside, I jumped on it. So that was 2000. I became a full-time firefighter here, and it's been a great ride, and I'm fortunate to be inheriting, an awesome organization that Chief is retiring from. So
It is an awesome organization. Can you guys explain, like, how many people are involved with this and how far and wide you take care of people? Because actually, the Countryside Fire District, it covers a lot of ground. It's most of Vernon Hills.
Yeah, so we covered 24 square miles. That includes a majority of Vernon Hills, Indian Creek, parts of Hawthorne Woods, parts of Long Grove, and then some unincorporated areas of Lake County.
So you guys got a lot of ground to cover. You've got 2 fire stations, so people know this one in Vernon Hills, but there's one in Mundelein as well. And about how many people between full-time and paid on call and everything, how many personnel do you have? Is there a number for that?
we're at about 70 altogether, including dispatch, our part-timers, and our full-time fire prevention bureau, support staff. We're a large organization, so that number fluctuates between 70 and 80 depending on our part-time staff.
And when you talk about Countryside too, I know in the day we think about firefighters fighting fires. You're doing an awful lot of things. You're on hand at accidents. You're doing a lot of things that maybe have changed in the 37 years since you've been doing this. Would you say what's one of the bigger things you've seen that is kind of a change that people might not realize?
Probably outside of the emergencies that respond to. And when I started, we were responding to about 1,500 a year. And in 2018, that number is almost at 5,000. So the growth in the district and the workload and demand for emergencies has increased. But primarily what we do to reduce risk in the community with public education and fire inspections. We spend a lot of time and effort in getting the safety messages out there so that we don't have to respond to emergencies. That's really the goal.
The front end of things, to keep everybody safe and make sure everybody knows what to do. So, and as going forward, I understand you're going to still be around. You'll be in a different red truck, but you'll be around, and Chuck, you'll be in the Chief's red truck. But I saw you've got a red pickup ready to go. You just can't get away from the red. So you're going to be kind of around doing things. So.
Yeah, I still live in the community. I've been a Vernon Hills resident for 30 years, and our kids came up through Hawthorne and Vernon Hills High School, and so I'll still be around town, and I can't help but just drive a red truck.
Well, with that, everybody will have to keep our eyes out so we can wave to both of y'all. And thank you to you guys for all you've done. Best wishes and congratulations and all good things going forward for you both. And thank you to all the men and women of Countryside Fire who keep us safe all year round. So thank you for all you do. Best wishes to you both.
Thank
Thanks,
you so
Lynn.
much.
Thanks, Lynn. And thanks to the community for their unwavering support of Countryside all the time. And my thanks and best wishes to Chuck, who certainly has worked hard to deserve to take that corner office and will do a great job along with the rest of the folks here at Countryside. So I'm super proud.
Well, we're so appreciative. Thank you, and best to all of you.
Thanks.
Fire Chief Jeff Steingart, you have served the men and women of Countryside Fire Protection District with honor and pride. Thank you for your leadership. You may now pass the Countryside flag to Chief Chuck Smith. Fire Chief Chuck Smith, by order of the Countryside Fire Protection District Board of Trustees, you are hereby appointed as Fire Chief of the Countryside Fire Protection District. Congratulations. Please raise your right hand. State your name.
I, Charles D. Smith,
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution and laws of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution and laws of the State of Illinois,
and the ordinances, rules, regulations of the Countryside Fire Protection District,
and the ordinances, rules, and regulations of the Countryside Fire Protection District,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Fire Chief according to the best of my ability.
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Fire Chief according to the best of my ability.
I further swear to uphold the mission of the Countryside Fire Protection District and work to fulfill its mission to the best of my ability.
I further swear to uphold the mission of the Countryside Fire Protection District and work to fulfill its vision to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, Chief. And Robin is putting his pen on, his lovely wife. Isn't that sweet?
Well, to begin, I want to thank everyone for being here. This is really an amazing turnout. I am truly humbled and honored to be appointed the next fire chief of this incredible organization. Thank you to the trustees, President Wallowik, Mr. Brown, and Mr. Hogan, for placing your faith and trust in me to lead these awesome men and women in service to our community. I'd also like to thank the commissioners, President Reindell, Mr. Masling, and Mr. Trampy, for the years of support you have given me. I'd like to take a minute to introduce and thank my family, who without them and their support, I wouldn't be where I am today. My amazing wife, Robin, and kids, JT and Olivia. You have made so many sacrifices for me and my career, those missed birthdays, holidays, dinners. Thanks for always understanding. especially as I don't think things are going to slow down right now. To my mom, to my sister, grandmother, aunts, uncles that were able to attend today, and to the family that couldn't. Thank you all, as you have all had a part of who I am today. Also to my family of friends and colleagues, so many of whom have taken time today to be here for me. I can't thank you all enough. And finally, to the firefighters of Countryside and to the residents we serve. I know I have, well, metaphorically speaking, huge shoes to fill. Chief Steingart has led this organization with the highest level of pride and integrity any fire department could ask for the past 12 and a half years. I intend to do the same. Thank you for your trust and support and allowing me the opportunity to serve you as the next fire chief. Thank you. We will now begin Chief Steingart's walkout ceremony with his final toenail. Christy, turn up the portable.
Okay, now we're going to begin the inspection of the firefighters. In American fire service tradition, it's customary for firefighters to inspect themselves and each other to ensure they are ready to serve the community with professionalism and pride. The officer then inspects their crew to ensure they are ready and pass along words of wisdom to ensure the firefighters survive the shift. Chief Steingart, we welcome you to inspect the members for your final time to ensure you're leaving the community in good hands.
Company, Countryside, up, hey, home! your turn, sir. The mic is yours.
All right, thanks everybody. Well, good afternoon, and thank you all. I'm extremely humbled and overwhelmed by all of you being here today, and so appreciative. I'll try not to wander off with too many stories. We'll save those for when we wander around the bays, and keep most of them to yourself, please. I guess you don't have to listen to me anymore. That's why you did that first. First and foremost, my family. Yep. Family is everything. They have proudly stood by my side through it all, made some huge sacrifices so that I could serve. You all know the stories. We all say them. Chuck mentioned them earlier when he was speaking to you all. Missed recital, ball games, mad dash from dinner, a couple times a mad dash from the dentist office or a haircut. That's just how it is. My beautiful and extremely patient wife, my best friend, has put up with me and the madness, and sleepless nights, worrying, and on occasion, strapped in to that red Tahoe as I tried to keep up with the police going to calls. My daughter, Sarah, passionate about everything in life, the artist, and my hair. The color, that is. A great mom, her fiance Danny, a great dad and rising star in the world of Rust-Oleum, just across the street. And their kids, the pride and joys of this chapter in my life now, my little pal Brantley, who probably knows more about apparatus and tactics than most of the probies out there. Precious Sadie, sweet and sassy, gets that from her mom too. I call it karma. With them, I'll have a bit more time to play with Legos, in the dirt, tea parties, and dolls, and look forward to that. And then the quiet one, Kip, hardworking coach, mentor, and now Marine, so proud. Semper Fi. It is the greatest to be your husband, your dad, and your pop. I'm so proud and love you all. Well, Countryside, I'm pretty sure I shocked you all a few months ago when we got the word out. And I'm also really proud of you when I asked them, as I met with staff and all the chief officers and said, hey, here's what's going on. Please don't say anything to anybody. I'd like them to hear it from me, right? Pretty important part of my leadership style, which in this day and age is pretty challenging, right? Because we all instantly go like this, right? So I'm really proud of you guys for that part. But it was a daunting decision, but timing, opportunity, 6 months of bipolar, that's where Dr. Joe came in, bipolar self-reflection and deliberation got me to this day. I forgot to ask you guys earlier when I was out there wandering around if you all had your coins today. All right. That'll be addressed accordingly, I'm sure, by the new chief. You know how I feel about you all and what we do. I've always said to you that I've been the luckiest fire chief in all the land. Most of you know on Friday mornings when we'd come back from meetings, there was usually a little ritual of appreciation of how I feel about you all and what we do here at Countryside. And that's because all of you at every level make this the best organization. My success is clearly because of that. I'm just a little guy, as Chief Crease recognized, with the cool mustache, that sat in the corner office with my feet up on the desk, drinking my Starbucks coffee every morning, watching the battalion chief and the ambulance and the engine go out lights and sirens, and whenever I could make an excuse for myself, follow right along. Pretty awesome. A supportive board of trustees who embrace the careful planning and programs brought to them by the crazy chief, all developed by using that answers yes model in serving our community and the organization. The commissioners who filled the lineup card for this great team, the officers that lead and coach that team to win every day, and to the firefighters and paramedics who every single time have batted 1,000. You're all well supported by the staff. Lena, our kind and caring administrative assistant that pulled it all together and always made everything look snazzy to make us look good. Our finance director, Tim, who kept us flush and had the most awesome spreadsheets that you ever have seen in your life that I could understand. Renee, who leads the best fire dispatch center with an awesome team of telecommunicators ever, along with our good partners at Vernon Hills Police. My eternal gratitude for all that you've done for me. You all get it, and you all do it. All of it, every day. You're brave and selflessly true to the mission, vision, and values that make us Countryside. You're servant leaders, a perpetual culture of duty, pride, honor, and tradition that was etched by our founding members in 1959 and is carried true. All of you are important to our service, success, and safety. We have accomplished so much together. It's just incredible. The stories are endless of the difference we have made in people's lives in the simplest ways and sometimes very complex ways. We're pretty humbled by that in all that we do. Every month at our staff meeting, one of the first things on our agenda is I ask all the officers, what have we done awesome this last month? Delivered a baby, put out a house fire. Yeah, nothing big. That's just what we do. And we're very humble folks. All this culminates for the citizens that we serve, that support us, and appreciate what we do. I know this because I hear it all the time. I've been hanging around in Vernon Hills for 30 years, and every time I'm at Starbucks or Target, I hear how wonderful you all are. Collectively, the district is well supported by our partners in local government, elected and appointed officials and agency leaders from the village of Vernon Hills, Hawthorne Woods, Long Grove, Indian Creek, the County of Lake, the Lake County Emergency Telephone System Board, ELA, Fremont, Libertyville, and Vernon Townships, our school district partners, our park district friends, our brothers and sisters from Vernon Hills and Hawthorne Woods Police, and the Lake County Sheriff's Department. And to all my friends and neighbors that joined me today, it means the world to me. So many others as well that I'm sure I'm not mentioning, but I am grateful for all of those relationships that give us strength in all of our mutual accomplishments. My fellow fire chiefs out there, and all my friends in the fire service next door and across the county and state in Mavis and the Illinois fire chiefs as well. Collectively, we all work hard together to be better, more effective and efficient, creative and cooperative. In all these groups, we have an incredible team of passionate leaders. We hear all too often that government should be run like a business. I'll suggest to all of you that this is not the case here. We are not in competition or profit-driven. You see, fire rescue and EMS is a service of critical infrastructure with a multitude of missions to plan, manage, reduce risk, instantly react, mitigate, educate, inspect, prevent harm, and do the greatest good in a disaster for the sick and injured, people that crash, those that have fallen and can't get up, fires, gas leaks, and chemical spills, people trapped, and yes, even the cat in the tree. It's a huge responsibility. You call 911, we're out the door in an instant. You got a little example of that a while ago. We respond, solve problems, and be nice. No appointment necessary. We've taken an oath to do this. As this next chapter starts for Countryside, opportunity will be abundant for great leaders and followers to continue the journey of excellence. Take them there, Chuck. You all got this. I've been honored to answer the call alongside all of you and for all of you. A fitting quote from Reggie Leach, who now I know is a hockey player. We got a lot of hockey player guys. Success is not the result of spontaneous combustion. You must set yourself on fire. And what that means for us, not literally, we have prevention messages about that. It's to be passionate, work hard, constantly evolve, and go home every day better. This is the best job in the world. It's even better than being a cop, because we have recliners and they don't. It's been the most incredible and rewarding adventure with all of you. This is a calling about people. Respond, solve problems, be nice, always to those that we serve and to each other. My love to all of you. I am so incredibly proud. Thank you for this honor and privilege. I'll be around, and I'll see you out there. May God bless all of you, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you, everybody.
Well, that wraps up this edition of the Vernon Hills Update. If you have comments or suggestions, please contact Mike Stordo at 847-918-3560 or email mikes@vhills.org. Thank you for tuning in to the Vernon Hills Update.